All right, we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order at 3:37 p.m. of the Housing and Land Use Committee. Clerk, will you please call, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance first. So everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll now do roll call. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Sandoval,
Here.
Councilman Salazar, Chair Barajas,
Present. We will now move to public comment for items, general public comment for items not on today's agenda. Is there anyone in the public that wishes to comment today? Anyone online? No. Okay. We will go ahead and close public comments. Do we need to, Mr. City Attorney, do you go over the Levine Act for this one, or?
Chair, you can skip this item because there are no action items that would invoke the Levine Act, so
Okay.
you can skip that.
All right, we'll go ahead and move into our consent agenda. Anyone who wishes to pull any items? Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
A second? Go ahead and call it for a vote.
Councilman Sandoval,
Yes.
Chair Barajas,
Yes. All right, motion passes. We'll now move into our consideration item ID number 25-202, United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, fiscal year 25-29, consolidated plan, fiscal year 25-26, annual action plan, and also neighborhood revitalization strategy area designation. And we have Mr. Vincent Montgomery.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the Housing and Land Use Committee and community stakeholders, and if anyone's joining us online. My name is Vincent Montgomery, Planning Manager with the Community Development Department. Today I'm presenting the HUD fiscal year 2025 through 2029 Consolidated Plan, fiscal year 2025 through 2026 Annual Action Plan, and the Alisal Neighborhood Revitalization Strategy Area Designation. This presentation outlines our strategic goals and funding plans for key housing and community development programs. Next slide, please. Every 5 years, we update the Consolidated Plan, or CON Plan, which we call it, which serves as a strategic blueprint for federally funded programs like the Community Development Block Grant, Home Investment Partnerships, and Emergency Solutions Grant. This plan guides the investment in community housing infrastructure, economic development, and ensuring alignment with HUD requirements and our local priorities. The annual action plan details specific funding allocations and activities for the upcoming fiscal year. It outlines the distribution of resources to support affordable housing, homelessness prevention, and economic development initiatives. An important component of the consolidated plan is the Alisal Neighborhood Revitalization Strategy Area. By designating the ANSRA, we gain flexibility in using CDBG funds and reduce administrative requirements, allowing us to direct resources where they are needed most for infrastructure and economic revitalization. Next slide. Community input is a vital part of the planning process, and so we conducted surveys in English and in Spanish, held at community meetings at El Gavilan Library, and organized 8 outreach events. Stakeholder meetings also provided insights from organizations involved in housing and community services. We're currently in the public review period, ensuring transparency and community engagement before finalizing the plan. The next step would be the City Council public hearing on next Tuesday, January 17th, 2025. Next slide. CON Plan goals and priorities. Our high priority goals include expanding affordable rental housing, assisting homeowners with rehabilitation, increasing homeownership opportunities, enhancing homeless services, improving public facilities, and fostering economic development. These initiatives align with Salinas' long-term housing and infrastructure needs. And so we included information from the Alisal Vibrancy Plan in our efforts to come up with these recommendations. The Chinatown Revitalization Plan, Salinas 2023 through 2031 Housing Element, Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Master Plan, Broadband Master Plan, Economic Development Element, and Salinas Plan. Next slide. Here for fiscal year is the annual action plan funding sources. And for 2025, 2026, we are allocating $2.2 million, a total of $2.2 million in CDBG funds, $963,000 in home funds, and CSG, a total of $188,000 in ESG funds. This financial framework supports the housing development, community programs, and homeless services throughout the city. Next slide. The CDBG funds will be distributed across multiple projects, including program administration, Chinatown neighborhood improvements, Alisal streetlight installations, housing referral services, and tenant landlord support programs. These allocations are designed to enhance community well-being and infrastructure reliance. And as you can see, the total funding recommendations for the CDBG are $2.2 million, 2.209417 to be exact. Next slide. The home funding recommendations support affordable housing developments, program administration, and community housing development organization, or CHODO activities. These investments promote stable housing solutions for low-income families. Next slide. And lastly, the CDBG or the ESG funding recommendations include emergency solutions, or will be directed towards rapid rehousing programs and administrative support. These services help individuals transition from homelessness into stable housing through targeted assistance. Next slide. So what we've done is we've also came and determined that we should have some alternate projects to maintain compliance with expenditure deadlines. We've identified alternate projects including ADA sidewalks, curb ramps, environmental remediation, and Sherwood Recreation Center improvements. These projects ensure continued investment in community infrastructure while maintaining funding flexibility. And those alternate projects, as you can see, total $550,000 for Alisal neighborhood sidewalks, housing services up to $500,000, environmental remediation at Division Street up to $220,000, and Sherwood Recreation Center Phase 4 up to $500,000 as well. Next slide. As you see, the Alisal Neighborhood Revitalization Strategy area, we recommend the committee approve the recertification of the ANZRA designation, allowing us to maximize funding efficiencies and better serve the Alisal neighborhood area. This designation enhances our ability to invest in housing infrastructure improvements throughout the identified ANZRA. Next slide. And finally, our recommendation and next steps. We seek the committee's support in improving the HUD fiscal year 2025 through 2029 consolidated plan, fiscal year 2025 through 2026 annual action plan, and the ANZRA designation. Following this meeting, the plan will go to the City Council for a public hearing and final approval. Next slide. So the final thing that we ask is if there are any questions, and we first of all thank you for the time and participation. Your input is invaluable in shaping Salinas' housing and community development's future. If you have any questions, please reach out to the Housing Division at 831-758-7334 if you're listening in the community, or you can visit our website for more details as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomery. We'll open up for questions. Mr. Marcelo, no questions? Just have a quick question on the information with the Chinatown Navigation Center Rapid Rehousing Program. Is this ESG contribution kind of encumbered specific to rapid rehousing services, aside from any other service agreement the city may have with the Navigation Center?
Currently, it's designated for our outreach rapid rehousing program and CNC, which is not actually, it's a contracted subrecipient provider for rapid rehousing. And at this time, that's the only designation for our ESG. Do you have additional?
So I think your question regarding CNC is the relationship to the continued operation of the facility. And so this amount that's being proposed would be first directed to the CNC as it finishes up its term. We are continuing to explore, work with the operator to identify other funding sources to extend operation through inclement weather, if not through the end of the 25-26 fiscal year, to give appropriate time to wind down. So these funds would complement the rapid rehousing services that they're providing and will need to provide as we wind down operations. Should not all these funds be needed at that particular location, they can be transferred into the SORT category for just general rapid rehousing.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. And then aside from the ANSRA designated area, are there any other areas that the city has identified that could be quote unquote designated as well to also leverage other
We have
funding?
not identified any. I don't know that anyone has actually looked into that, but there are a couple of requirements that they need to have in order to be eligible for an ANSRA. One is that the residents there, first of all, it has to be a contiguous area. If you can go back to the ANSRA, it has to be a contiguous area that has to be mostly residential, but it has to be contiguous. And then the residents there have to be 51% or below of the area median income. And so that's the designation that we knew that East Salinas or Alisal neighborhood does meet. And so what we're requesting is a recertification of that. To my knowledge, we have not looked at other areas throughout the city, and I'm not sure if they would qualify given those requirements.
Okay. Well, just happy with this, but just in general, it'd be nice to see if there are other areas, like to have that information presented to the council or just shared with us on if there are potentially other areas, what they might be and what that process might look like. And those are all my questions. Okay, Councilmember Salazar, do you have any questions on the presentation today?
No questions at this time, thank you.
Okay. Any additional questions? No? Okay. I believe those are all of our questions and direction for this item. I'll go back to the agenda. All right. Do we have a motion? Oh, sorry. We'll take this out to public comments. Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment on this item? Anyone online? All right, we'll go ahead and close public comment. Return to council for final comment and direction.
Yeah. Move to approve?
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Can we get a roll call vote?
Councilman Sandoval,
Yes.
Councilman Salazar,
Yes.
Chair Barajas.
Yes. Motion passes.
Motion passes.
Awesome. Thank you. And administrative reports. Do we have any administrative reports today? No. All right. I believe that is it for today. We'll go ahead and close out this meeting. Adjourn at 3:50 p.m. Thank you.